When was the last time you truly felt in control of your own mind? Not just pretending, not just pushing through the noise, but actually owning your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. Most people never reach that point. They drift through life ruled by impulses, by fears they never chose, by habits they never questioned. They wake up every day inside a prison they built themselves, and they don't even see the walls, but you feel them, don't you? The quiet weight pressing down, the frustration of knowing there's more inside you that refuses to come out. That's not weakness, that's awareness. And awareness is the first crack in the shell. There's a version of you waiting beyond the noise, sharper, calmer, unstoppable. The one who doesn't break under pressure, who doesn't flinch when things get hard. That version isn't found through luck or motivation, it's forged through training. Real, relentless training of the mind. The kind that doesn't just change how you think, it changes who you are. You don't rise by accident. You rise because you've trained your mind until it no longer betrays you. Until every thought, every reaction, every choice bends to your command. But let's be honest, your mind isn't your ally yet. It whispers lies to keep you safe. It tells you to stay where it's comfortable, to take the easy path, to delay, to wait for the right time. It disguises fear as logic and laziness as self-care. And it's convincing, isn't it? Because your mind knows every weakness, every insecurity, every escape route. It knows exactly what to say to keep you small. You've listened for years, you've obeyed. And look where it's brought you, tired, uncertain, craving something real. The truth is brutal but freeing. Your mind doesn't respect you yet. Not until you prove that you can lead it. Every time you say you'll change but don't, your mind learns that your words mean nothing. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, it learns that weakness wins. Training your mind starts when you reverse that pattern. When you show yourself that you are not your impulses. That discipline, not desire, makes the rules now. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up and trust yourself completely. To know that no matter what happens, you will act with strength and clarity. To no longer be a slave to mood, to fear, to doubt. That kind of power doesn't come from books or quotes. It comes from repetition, from facing resistance and refusing to yield. It's built in the small moments. When you want to quit but you don't. When no one's watching but you still give your best. When pain comes and instead of running, you lean in. That's how you teach your mind who's in control. And once your mind bends, everything else follows. Focus sharpens, confidence stabilizes. The world starts responding differently. You speak less, but move with intention. You stop chasing validation because your presence itself carries weight. People notice, even if they can't explain it. They feel something in you that can't be faked. Command. Not arrogance, not noise, command. The quiet kind that draws power without asking for it. But here's the secret most never learn. This control isn't about crushing your emotions. It's about mastering them. When fear rises, you don't suppress it, you use it. When doubt appears, you don't argue with it, you move anyway. When failure hits, you don't crumble, you recalibrate. You stop being reactive and start being deliberate. Every thought becomes a choice. Every action becomes a statement. Every moment becomes training. And then one day, it happens quietly. You realize you no longer have to force yourself. The discipline that once felt like a burden now feels natural. The strength that once took effort now flows on its own. You've trained your mind so completely that power no longer feels like something you chase. It feels like something that belongs to you. You don't need to prove anything. You've already won the hardest battle there is, the one within. So listen closely. The power you're looking for is not out there. It's been waiting, locked behind your excuses, behind your fears, behind your comfort. Break those chains and the world changes. Not because it suddenly favors you, but because you've become someone it can no longer ignore. Train your mind until power follows you naturally. And when it does, you'll understand why most people never find it. They're still waiting for permission. But you're about to take command. You already know what it feels like to lose control, to feel trapped inside patterns you didn't choose. You've tasted the regret of promising yourself change and then falling back into the same habits. That sting in your chest when you realize another day slipped away. That's not weakness. That's the signal the moment your soul starts rejecting the version of you that settles. You can't ignore it anymore, because every time you do, it grows louder. Every delay adds another layer of resistance, another wall between who you are and who you could be. And those walls don't fall on their own. You have to break them with your bare hands. Your mind will fight back. It will make you doubt every step. It will whisper that you're not ready, that you're too far behind, that it's pointless to try again. But those are lies built from fear, the same fear that kept billions of people from ever touching their potential. If you let that voice win, it will own you for the rest of your life. But if you defy it, if you stand firm even once, you start rewriting the code that controls you. That one act of defiance is the spark that turns ordinary minds into forces of nature. There's a reason the world bends around people who are disciplined. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in the same direction, everything accelerates. You stop wasting energy on doubt. You stop negotiating with laziness. Every bit of focus turns into movement. That's what power really is. Not dominance, but direction. The ability to decide who you are and move toward it without hesitation. Most people never experience that kind of control. They live reactive lives, constantly responding to emotions that were never mastered. They wait for motivation to arrive like it's some divine permission slip. But you can't wait anymore. You've already wasted enough time hoping you'll feel ready. Readiness is a myth. You create readiness through action. Every time you move forward without certainty, your mind adapts. Every time you push through resistance, you train it to obey. That's the only way transformation happens, through deliberate struggle. The truth is, comfort has been stealing from you. Every easy choice takes a piece of your potential and buries it. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, you're feeding the part of you that wants to stay small, but you're done feeding weakness. You've seen what it costs. You've lived with that quiet disappointment long enough. The world doesn't need another dreamer waiting for perfect conditions. It needs someone willing to act while afraid, to move when it's hard, to persist when no one believes. You have no idea how close you are. The moment before everything changes always feels the hardest. That's when your old identity fights to survive. It wants to pull you back to safety, back to what's familiar. But comfort is the slowest kind of death. It kills your hunger one compromise at a time. You can't go back there. You've already outgrown it. Every second you hesitate, your old self strengthens. Every second you act, it weakens. That's the balance. That's the battle. And it's happening right now. You don't have to move mountains today. You just have to move once and keep moving. One more rep, one more page, one more hour. Every small victory teaches your mind that discipline wins, that you're no longer controlled by temporary feelings. Soon, that becomes who you are. You start walking differently. You speak with certainty. You stop explaining your decisions. The world feels it. Power doesn't chase noise, it follows presence. And presence is built through consistency. Look at your life as it stands. Everything you've ever wanted sits behind the threshold of discomfort. Every dream, every breakthrough, every ounce of freedom. You already know what happens if you stay the same. The question is, what happens if you don't? If you finally push past the resistance, if you decide that enough isn't enough, what happens when you start training your mind with the same intensity you've wasted on doubt? The answer is simple. The world starts to respond to you differently. Opportunities align, people listen, energy flows, because you've become the kind of person who commands it. This is your turning point. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, this is where hesitation dies, where weakness loses its grip, where you stop waiting for power and start becoming it. Train your mind until it obeys you completely. Because once it does, power doesn't have a choice. It follows you naturally. Power doesn't arrive all at once. It builds silently inside the moments you almost gave up. Every time you push through fatigue, through fear, through self-doubt, something inside you hardens into strength. Most people never reach that stage because they stop right before the breakthrough. They mistake discomfort for failure. They think struggle means something's wrong. But struggle is the proof you're in motion. It's the sign you're leaving the old version of yourself behind. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in friction, in chaos, in the decision to rise when everything tells you to rest. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're supposed to feel pressure. That pressure is the birthplace of greatness. It's what sharpens the mind, what burns away weakness. The mind only grows when it's challenged, when it's forced to face the weight of discipline. And if you can learn to love that weight, to crave it, you become unstoppable. Because the truth is, most people aren't beaten by life. They're beaten by the voice that tells them to stop trying, that whisper that says, you've done enough. But you haven't. Not yet. Not while there's still untapped power inside you. The mind is a battlefield. Every thought is a weapon. Every belief a strategy. If you don't take command, your fears will. You've seen it happen. Days lost to hesitation. Years lost to comfort. You've watched opportunities fade because you were waiting for the perfect moment. That moment never comes. You make it. You create clarity through action, not thought. The more you move, the quieter your doubts become. The more you decide, the stronger your conviction grows. Eventually, your mind learns that hesitation is no longer an option. There will be nights when it feels impossible, when every part of you screams to stop. That's the threshold that separates average from elite. Most people quit when it hurts. The ones who keep going, they transform pain into precision. They teach their mind that fatigue is not a signal to retreat, but a cue to focus. You can't fake that kind of strength. It's built in silence, earned through repetition, carved into your identity through countless small battles no one will ever see. And here's the truth that changes everything. Discipline isn't restriction. It's freedom. It's the key that unlocks every part of life people think is luck. When your mind obeys you, there's no room for fear to control you. You start making moves without overthinking. You stop needing validation. You operate from clarity, from purpose. You move differently because you know exactly who you are. That's what power feels like. Quiet, stable, unshakable. But this power doesn't tolerate inconsistency. The moment you stop training it, it fades. The mind reverts to chaos, to comfort, to distraction. You have to fight for it every day. Not because life is cruel, but because mastery demands movement. It demands presence. It demands that you never stop proving to yourself that you're the one in control. You have to wake up each morning ready to battle your lesser self, because that version of you will always exist, lazy, fearful, craving the easy way. It never disappears. You just get better at defeating it. Every decision you make strengthens one side or the other. Every choice is a vote for who you'll become. The mind you feed will win. So feed the one that hungers for challenge. Feed the one that demands excellence. Feed the one that refuses to live a small, quiet life. You don't need permission. You don't need the world to understand. You just need to move. Because once you start, everything begins to shift. The energy, the opportunities, the way people respond to you. The universe bends toward discipline. It rewards the mind that has earned its power. This is where your real evolution begins. Not when you feel inspired, but when you act without needing to. Not when you find comfort, but when you learn to thrive without it. Your future is being shaped in the moments when no one's watching, when no one believes, when no one's clapping. That's where the next version of you is born. And once it emerges, it never goes back, because a mind that has tasted command refuses to live in chaos again. Train it, sharpen it, protect it, because once your mind is forged, everything else falls into place. Power won't just follow you, it will belong to you. You've built strength, but strength means nothing if it stays locked inside. It's time to unleash it, to step into the world and let your mind lead. Because all the discipline, all the sacrifice, all the silent battles you've fought, they were never about surviving. They were about becoming unstoppable. You've been sharpening your weapon in the dark, and now the light is beginning to find you. The world doesn't need another person who almost did something. It needs someone who did, someone who acted, someone who turned their pain into movement and refused to stop until power became second nature. This is where the mind you've trained starts to take command. Not because life gets easier, but because you've changed the rules. You no longer panic under pressure. You don't break when it gets heavy. You welcome the weight. You use it to prove to yourself that nothing outside you can control what happens within. That's the difference between those who wish and those who lead. The ones who lead aren't fearless. They've just stopped letting fear have a vote. They've looked fear in the eyes and said, "Follow me." Shibur. Every obstacle that once intimidated you now fuels you. Every doubt becomes a target. Every failure becomes data. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. That's when the world begins to shift. Not because luck changes, but because you've changed. You've become someone the world must respond to. People start to notice, not because you're louder, but because you're certain. There's something magnetic about a person who no longer negotiates with weakness. Something unshakable about someone who knows exactly who they are and refuses to back down. But power brings new tests. When you rise, the world will test your conviction. Distractions will return louder this time. Temptations will come dressed as opportunities. Old habits will whisper, asking for one more chance. You'll feel the pull of comfort again, but you'll recognize it for what it is, a trap. Comfort wants to drag you back into mediocrity, to erase everything you've built. And that's why your discipline must now become your identity. It's not something you do, it's who you are. You train because it's the only language your mind speaks now. You stay focused because chaos has no place in a life built on purpose. You've reached the point where consistency matters more than intensity. Anyone can push hard once, but only the trained mind can show up every single day, no matter the emotion, no matter the circumstance. That's where mastery lives, not in explosive bursts of effort, but in quiet, relentless repetition. Every time you honor your word, your mind grows stronger. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your energy deepens. You stop chasing results and start embodying them. This is where transformation becomes permanent. You're not chasing motivation anymore. You've replaced it with momentum. You've stopped seeking validation. You've replaced it with vision. You don't crave attention. You command respect through action. And that respect isn't just from others. It's from yourself. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you move. It all reflects a mind that's finally aligned. That's real confidence. Not the kind you fake online, but the kind you carry quietly, knowing you've earned every ounce of it. The greatest danger now is thinking you've arrived. There is no arrival. Power is a current. It moves, it grows, it evolves. The moment you stop training, it starts to fade. That's why the best never stop. They never assume they're finished. They understand that mastery isn't a goal. It's a lifestyle. The hunger must remain. The fire must stay alive. Because the second you relax, the old self waits patiently to return. You can't let it. You've come too far to fall back. So keep going, keep sharpening, keep rising. You've learned to command your mind, and now you must lead with it. Every choice from this point forward determines how far your power reaches. Refuse to waste another second living below your potential. You are no longer chasing control. You are control. Every action you take is a signal to the universe that you've earned the right to lead your own life. The time for waiting is over. The time for hesitation is gone. The power you once sought now follows you naturally because you've become the kind of person it can't resist. Power without purpose is dangerous. You've trained your mind, sharpened your discipline, built an inner fortress. But what good is strength if it has nowhere to go? Power must serve something greater than survival. It must move toward creation. The mind you've built is a weapon, but now you must decide what to fight for. Because the truth is, strength that isn't directed will eventually destroy itself. Without purpose, your power turns inward. It feeds on your energy, your peace, your clarity. Purpose gives it direction. It gives it meaning. It gives it life. You already know what it feels like to drift, to wake up without urgency, to move through days that feel empty even when you're busy. That's the slow death most people live. They don't even realize they've stopped growing. They've stopped asking, what am I building? What am I leaving behind? They settle for existence, not expansion. But that's not you, not anymore. You didn't come this far just to exist. You came here to create, to mold something from the fire inside you, to leave behind proof that you were here, that you mattered. The mind you've trained is now capable of building empires, rewriting futures, changing lives. But it starts with one decision. What will you use your power for? Because every ounce of strength you've earned demands direction. Without it, you'll find yourself restless, powerful but aimless, driven but lost. You must choose something that scares you, something that forces you to grow beyond comfort again. The mind only stays sharp when it has a mission. Without challenge, it dulls. Without vision, it fades. You've already proven you can endure. Now you must prove you can build. Building takes more than effort. It takes vision. It takes belief in something that doesn't yet exist. That's why so few people ever rise beyond mediocrity. They stop at comfort. They never risk themselves for something bigger. But you've already walked through pain. You've already bled for growth. You've already faced your old self and won. So why stop now? Why settle when you've just begun to understand what you're capable of? There's a force inside you waiting to be unleashed. A force that doesn't just want success, it wants significance. It wants to create impact so powerful, it echoes long after you're gone. That's the difference between existing and living, between moving and evolving, between being remembered and being forgotten. You don't need permission to build something extraordinary. You already have everything you need: the discipline, the focus, the control. Now you must commit fully. No half steps, no hesitation. The world will try to slow you down. It will tempt you with comfort, drown you in distraction, and call it normal. But normal is poison for the trained mind. You've already outgrown that. You can't go back to sleep now that you've seen your potential awake. The old patterns will call to you, but they don't fit anymore. You've become too powerful to live small. Every time you choose comfort now, it will hurt. It's not because you failed, but because your soul knows it's betraying what it could be. So step forward. Set the vision. Define what this new power will serve, whether it's building a business, a legacy, a body of work, or simply a mind that inspires others. You must give your strength a reason to exist. Power needs purpose like fire needs air. Without it, it burns out. With it, it becomes unstoppable. Every action, every breath, every thought becomes aligned with a mission. And that alignment is where the real power begins. You're not chasing change anymore. You are change. You've trained your mind to obey, and now it's time to lead with it. Lead your life, lead your purpose, lead your future. There's no more waiting for the right moment. It's here, right now. This is where the transformation completes. You've built the mind, you've built the strength. Now build the world around it. Let your actions reflect the power you've earned. Let your life become the proof of your discipline. Train your mind until power follows you naturally, and then use that power to shape something eternal. Every second you hesitate, your old self whispers, urging you to stop. It reminds you of comfort, of ease, of what's familiar. It wants to drag you back into mediocrity to keep you safe and small. That voice will never go away. It will never surrender. It waits patiently for moments of weakness, for days when your resolve is thin, for nights when exhaustion tempts you to quit. But you've already faced it before. You've already stared it down in the mirror and refused to obey. Now it's time to stare harder. Now it's time to make the choice that will define the rest of your life. You are not average. You've proven that by enduring what most people avoid. You've built discipline when everyone else sought comfort. You've cultivated focus when the world screamed for distraction. That strength is not theoretical, it is real. It lives in your choices, your habits, your decisions. The moment you recognize that power, the moment you embrace it fully, everything changes. The hesitation fades, the fear loses its grip, and you begin to move with a precision and intensity few ever experience. Life doesn't wait. Opportunities slip by while people debate, while they ponder, while they wait to feel ready. But readiness is a lie. The universe rewards action, not contemplation. The trained mind understands this. It doesn't waste energy on permission or timing. It moves. Every step, every decision, every act is deliberate. Every moment of discomfort becomes a lesson. Every challenge a test that proves you are stronger than you thought. And each victory, no matter how small, compounds, building momentum that no obstacle can stop. The stakes are higher than ever because the mind you've built craves progress. It will never be satisfied with stagnation. It demands growth, challenges, expansion. And if you ignore it, you feel the frustration, the restlessness, the gnawing emptiness that comes from not using your potential. That is the cost of inaction. Every day you delay is a day you reinforce weakness, a day you allow fear to reclaim territory you fought to seize. You cannot afford to settle. Not now, not ever. You've already glimpsed what it feels like to be unstoppable. You've felt the edge of your own power. Do not step back from it. The people who succeed, who dominate their lives, who shape the world around them, aren't necessarily smarter or luckier. They are relentless. They fight when it hurts. They move when it's dark. They rise when the world expects them to fall. They understand that discipline is a long-term investment in themselves, that the mind, once trained, becomes a weapon that shapes reality. You have that weapon. You've sharpened it. Now you must wield it with intent, with purpose, with urgency. There will be resistance. The world doesn't bend easily to those who try to master it. You'll face setbacks, criticism, obstacles. But that's not new. You've already survived struggle. You've already endured pain. You've already proven that discomfort is not a signal to retreat, but an opportunity to prove yourself. And now, every challenge becomes fuel. Every barrier becomes a springboard. Every failure becomes a teacher that shows you what to do next. The trained mind converts everything into progress. You are the commander now. Every thought, every action, every choice belongs to you. You decide what deserves your attention, what deserves your energy, what deserves your life. Weakness has no vote here. Excuses have no power. Fear has no authority. The only law is the one you impose on yourself. The law of relentless forward motion. You move, you act, you conquer. And the world responds because the trained mind radiates energy that cannot be ignored. This is your reality if you refuse to step back. The power you've built, the discipline you've earned, the focus you've cultivated, they are unstoppable now. You don't chase success. It follows you. You don't hope for opportunity. It aligns with you. You don't wait for courage. It already lives in you. All that remains is commitment. All that remains is action. All that remains is refusing to give anything less than your full strength. The moment you do, your mind, your life, your destiny will move as one. And once that happens, there is no limit to what you can achieve. You've crossed the line. There's no turning back. The choices you make from here are irreversible. And that's the power you hold now. Most people don't realize how fragile the moment of transformation is. They don't understand that the path to greatness isn't paved with easy steps. It's built on decisions that separate those who wish and those who do. The difference isn't talent, it's not luck. It's the willingness to burn the bridges behind you and commit to the unknown. This is the moment where you either rise or you settle. The world will never give you permission to be great. It won't hand you opportunities on a silver platter. It won't give you a map, a shortcut, or an easy way out. What it will give you is resistance. It will push you, challenge you, try to make you quit. But that's exactly why you were born for this. You were born to turn resistance into fuel, to take every no, every setback, every failure, and turn it into momentum. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to break barriers, to stretch the limits of what's possible, and to create a life that reflects the mind you've trained. You are the sum of your decisions, and the decision right now is simple. Do you move forward or do you retreat? There's no such thing as standing still. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. Every minute you hesitate is another minute you allow your old self to win. You can't afford to waste time wondering if you're ready. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. That moment is now. This is the day you choose who you will become. And the person you've trained for so long is ready to rise. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to break the pattern. Everything you've done so far has led to this. Every sacrifice, every moment of focus, every ounce of energy you've invested in building your mind, it was all leading here to a life where you no longer question your ability to succeed, but where you expect it, because power is no longer something you chase. It's something that flows through you effortlessly, naturally, but only if you choose to live in alignment with it. The world will challenge you. People will doubt you. Fear will show up when you least expect it. But you've trained for this. Every doubt, every obstacle, every setback is part of the game. And now you know that nothing will stop you. The mind you've built doesn't shrink from challenges. It thrives in them. It doesn't see defeat as failure. It sees it as a lesson, a stepping stone to something greater. You've mastered the art of overcoming, and now you must master the art of conquering. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator of them. Every thought you have is a seed that can grow into something extraordinary. Every action you take sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive everything you've been preparing for. This is the moment where excuses die. This is the moment where the weak stop talking and the strong start living. Now you will see the world respond to your new energy. People will notice your confidence, your unwavering determination, your refusal to back down. But more importantly, you will feel the shift within you, the way you stand taller, the way you speak with clarity, the way your focus sharpens. That's the power of a trained mind. And that power is now your greatest ally. The hardest part is already over. You've broken through the mental blocks. You've faced your deepest fears. You've walked through the fire and survived. Now, you must step into your greatness. No more hesitation, no more second guessing. The world is waiting for you to show up, to claim what's yours, and to build the legacy only you can create. So make this moment count. Make this decision the one that changes everything. You are ready. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And it's time for the world to see it. There's no waiting anymore. The time is now. Everything you've built, all the strength you've gathered, all the moments you've pushed through pain. For this is the moment they were leading to. This is where you choose to own your future, to step into the power you've created, and to never look back. What you do right now will either propel you into everything you've ever wanted, or leave you wondering what could have been. But there is no middle ground. You either rise to meet your destiny, or you let it slip through your fingers. You've come this far, but the real test is only beginning. It's easy to be driven when things are going well. It's easy to feel unstoppable when the path is clear, when everything is working in your favor. But true power is shown when the road gets tough, when the obstacles rise and the doubt creeps in. That's when you prove to yourself who you really are. That's when the real champions separate from the dreamers. And you're a champion in the making. Your mind was never meant to take the easy path. It was designed to overcome, to rise again and again, no matter what stands in your way. The fear you feel, that's normal. But it doesn't define you anymore. You've already built something greater than fear. Every time you feel it creeping up, you remind yourself that it's just a signal for growth. It's a sign you're pushing boundaries, that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. You're just surviving. But you didn't train your mind just to survive. You trained it to thrive. The difference between those who settle and those who achieve is the willingness to endure discomfort. Most people run from it. They shrink when the pressure mounts, but not you. You lean into it. You seek it out. You step into the fire because you know that's where your true power is forged. The more you face it, the stronger you become. And each time you choose to fight through fear, you expand your boundaries. Every challenge you meet with courage only makes the next one easier. This isn't just about success anymore. It's about something deeper, something that lives within you. It's about shaping your life with purpose, about aligning every action with the person you're becoming. This isn't a game of chance. This is the game of choice. You control every outcome now because you control how you respond. And as long as you choose power, you'll never lose. You're already more capable than you know. Your mind is a weapon, your focus a laser. But the most powerful thing about you is your willingness to keep going, no matter what. Every step forward, every victory, no matter how small, adds up. The compound effect of consistent effort will be your greatest ally. And soon, you'll look back and see how far you've come, how every struggle was worth it, how every sacrifice led you to this moment. You will see that you didn't just survive life, you conquered it. There's nothing more dangerous than a person who knows their own power, nothing more unstoppable than someone who no longer fears their own potential. And that's what you are now, a force of nature, relentless and unstoppable. You've proven that you can train your mind, that you can break through your limits, that you can create a life that most people only dream of. Now you will live it. No one can take this from you. No one can steal the power you've worked so hard to build. But you have to choose to keep going, keep pushing, keep evolving, because every day you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, the world will start to bend to your will. Opportunities will align with your energy. The universe will respond to your focus. And in the end, you won't just be a bystander in your own life. You'll be the architect of it. So ask yourself, what's next? The door is wide open. and all that's left is for you to walk through it. Don't stop now. Don't even think about it. Step forward. Keep going. You've already begun the journey that will change everything. Now finish it. The world is not waiting for you. It won't pause. It won't slow down. It will keep turning, keep moving, while the people who hesitate fall behind. You decide if you will be among them. You decide if your story will be one of regret or triumph. The moment you embrace your power, the moment you stop waiting for permission, that's when everything shifts. That's when the world starts to align with your energy. But you have to act now, right now. Every second you delay is a second wasted. Every excuse you tell yourself is another chain holding you back. You can't afford to wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The perfect moment is the one you make with your actions. The world doesn't care about your doubts. It doesn't care about your fears. It only responds to your conviction. The more you hesitate, the longer you stay stuck. But the moment you commit, the world opens up in ways you never imagined. This isn't about what you have right now. It's about what you can build, about the potential you have yet to unlock. You've already laid the foundation. Now it's time to finish the building. Every bit of doubt you feel, every second of fear you experience is just the final test. It's the universe checking if you're ready to claim what's yours. And you are. You have everything you need within you. You just have to push past the discomfort, past the resistance, and take what you've worked for. People will tell you it's too late. They'll tell you it's too hard. They'll tell you you're not enough, but they are wrong. Every single one of them. They want you to shrink, to stay small, to stay comfortable. But comfort won't create the life you want. Only discomfort, only challenge, only pushing yourself to the limit will make that happen. You were not meant to stay where you are. You were meant to grow. You were meant to evolve. You were meant to become something greater than you ever thought possible. Look at what you've already overcome. Look at the strength you've built by facing adversity head on. You didn't back down when things got tough. You didn't quit when others would have. That strength is real. It's yours. And it's the thing that will carry you forward. So why stop now? You're on the edge of something incredible. You've already endured the hardest parts. What's left is just the final push. And you are more than capable of making it. Now is the time to make your move. You can no longer afford to play small, to make excuses, to wait for someone else to give you permission. You have everything you need to take control. All the power, all the strength, all the courage you've been building is ready to be unleashed. There is nothing holding you back but yourself. And you've already proven that you can rise above every limitation, every obstacle, every challenge that's been thrown your way. There is no more room for doubt, no more room for fear, no more room for hesitation. This is your moment to claim. The choice is yours. Will you let the world decide your fate, or will you step into your own power and create the life you deserve? The world is waiting for you to show up, for you to take charge, for you to make an impact. And when you step into your power, the world will have no choice but to respond. So, make the decision now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. There is no such thing. The only thing that matters is the choice you make today, right now, in this moment. You have the power to change everything. All that's left is for you to take it. Step forward, make your move, and own the life you've been building. The world will not wait for you, but it will reward you when you step up. The only thing that's left to do is to begin. You are standing at the precipice of your future, and it's staring you in the face. You've come so far, yet the distance you have to travel is only growing. Every moment you hesitate, every second you waste, pulls you further from the person you could become. This is your test, your defining moment. Do you have what it takes to push forward? Or will you let fear hold you back, just like it's tried to do in the past? But here's the truth. Fear doesn't own you anymore. Doubt doesn't get to dictate your actions. You've been building this power inside you. You've been strengthening your mind, sharpening your focus, and training yourself to withstand whatever life throws your way. This moment is the reward for all that effort. It's the moment where your choices will prove who you really are. Are you the person who gives up when things get tough, or are you the person who rises, who fights, who never backs down? The time to act is now. Every minute you waste in indecision is a minute you'll never get back. The world will keep moving, The opportunities will keep slipping past. And if you're not prepared, if you're not willing to make that leap, they'll go to someone else. Someone who is ready. Someone who has made the decision. Someone who doesn't hesitate. Are you ready to be that person? Because the path you choose today will determine everything. This isn't just about success anymore. This is about something much deeper. This is about proving to yourself that you have the courage to do what most people won't. To take risks, to take action, to break through every barrier you've ever faced. Every challenge you've overcome, every failure you've experienced has prepared you for this. It's not by accident that you're here. It's by design. You are here because you were meant to be. This journey was always yours to take. And now it's time to finish it. Every time you push through the resistance, every time you take that next step despite your fear, you unlock something greater within yourself. You will discover strength in places you never knew existed. You will realize you have an unbreakable power inside of you, one that was waiting for you to claim it. The world doesn't stand a chance against someone who believes in their own ability to rise, and that's who you are now. You are someone who rises. No matter what, you've built the foundation. Now it's time to take everything you've learned and turn it into results. You've trained your mind, strengthened your resolve, and now you must put it into action. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the dreams you've had, the vision you've carried, become real. But only if you act, only if you keep pushing, only if you decide that quitting is no longer an option. The doubt that tries to creep in, crush it. The voices telling you to stop, ignore them. They don't belong to you. They are the voices of the past, the voices of the life you're leaving behind. The new life, the life of power, of purpose, is waiting for you to step into it. And it's time to step. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Every step forward is another step away from the person you used to be. And every step brings you closer to the person you were always meant to be. But you have to take them. You have to make the decision to move, to push, to rise. The world will not hand you your dreams. You must take them. And when you do, when you decide to move forward with everything you've got, the world will have no choice but to follow. It will bend to your will. It will respond to your focus. The only thing left to do now is to act. To believe that everything you've been building is enough, because it is. You are enough. You always have been. You just needed to believe it, and now that you do, there's nothing standing between you and the life you've been waiting for. The choice is yours. So what are you waiting for? Take the step now. You've already come this far. The only way left is up. There is no more time to waste. Every minute you wait is a minute lost. The world is moving at a pace that doesn't care about your doubts, your fears, or your hesitation. It's moving forward, and you either keep up or fall behind. There's no middle ground anymore. This is the moment where everything changes. The future you've been waiting for is not something that will just arrive. It's something you create right here, right now. This is not about someday. It's about today. It's about taking action in this very instant, knowing that your next step could change everything. You have spent too long questioning yourself, doubting your ability. Those thoughts were never yours to begin with. They were implanted by a world that wants you to stay small, to stay comfortable. But you know the truth. You know that comfort never breeds greatness. Comfort keeps you stuck. The person you've always wanted to be, strong, fearless, unstoppable, doesn't emerge from comfort. They emerge from the fire, from the struggle, from the moments when the odds are stacked against you and you choose to rise. And you've chosen to rise. You are standing in the middle of an opportunity that most people will never have the courage to embrace. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced this moment. The moment where they had to decide if they would back down or step forward. And each of them made the choice you're being asked to make right now. To keep going, to keep pushing, to believe that the struggle is worth it. They chose to take the leap. And they soared. There is no magic. There is no shortcut. There is only the hard work, the relentless determination, the refusal to quit. You are capable of doing the impossible. But you have to show up. You have to act like it. Every day you delay is a day spent not living up to your potential. It's a day that could be spent taking one step closer to your dreams. but you waiting, holding back, telling yourself that maybe tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow doesn't exist. There is only today. There is only now. The only thing standing between you and the life you've always wanted is your decision to commit to it. And that commitment doesn't come with a guarantee of ease. It doesn't come with comfort or certainty. It comes with the willingness to embrace the unknown, to face the challenge head on, and to do it with everything you've got. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will reward your effort. It will reward your courage. The universe will bend to your will when you show up with unwavering belief in yourself. This is the moment where you stop playing small. This is the moment you stop being afraid of what might go wrong and start focusing on what will go right. Every decision, every action you take from this point on matters. It's time to act with purpose, to act with conviction. The person you want to become is waiting for you to take that first step. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You just need to start right now. If you want your life to change, you have to make it happen. You have to stop waiting for someone to give you permission, to give you a sign, to tell you it's the right time. It's always the right time. The only thing you need is the will to act, the desire to push past every obstacle in your way. And you have that desire. You've had it all along. You just need to unleash it. The only limits that exist are the ones you've placed on yourself. Let go of the stories you've been telling yourself about why you can't. Let go of the beliefs that have been holding you back. You have everything you need inside you to succeed. All it takes is the decision to trust yourself, to trust that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. The world is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to step into your power, to take control of your destiny, to make the impossible possible. The question is, will you step forward? Will you take what's yours? Will you become the person you were always meant to be? You're already on the path. All that's left to do is walk it. The only thing that stands between you and your destiny is your decision to act. So act, step up, rise. This is your moment. You've come too far to turn back now. The path behind you is gone. There's no retreat, no safe option to fall back on. What lies ahead is where your future is being shaped. Right now, everything you've done, everything you've endured, every setback, every failure, it all means nothing unless you keep going. You can't afford to quit now. Not when the prize is right in front of you. Not when success is within reach. You've been building momentum for this moment. Every choice, every action has led you here, to the edge of something greater than you've ever known. This isn't just a fight for your goals. It's a fight for your belief in yourself. It's about proving to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. There will always be challenges. There will always be voices trying to tell you that you're not enough, that it's too hard, that you can't. But those voices are lies, and you know it. Deep down, you know that you've got something inside of you that the world hasn't seen yet. It's time to stop listening to the doubt. It's time to stop giving power to the fear. Every second you waste on hesitation is a second spent not living up to your true potential. You were born to do more. You were born to achieve more. There is a version of you, a future version that's already out there, living the life you dream of. All that's left is for you to catch up to it, but you can't get there by standing still. You can't get there by letting fear or uncertainty hold you back. This is the moment that will define everything. The decision you make right now, today, will echo through the rest of your life. You don't have time to waste on what ifs. You don't have time to wonder if you're good enough. You've already proven that you are. You've already shown that you have what it takes. Now, it's time to prove it to the world. It's time to make sure everyone knows exactly what you're capable of. Because once you step forward, once you decide to take control, the world won't be able to ignore you. They won't be able to dismiss your power. They won't be able to deny your presence. You are meant for greatness. And greatness is not going to wait around for you to get comfortable. Greatness is relentless. It doesn't care about your doubts, your fears, your past failures. It only cares about your will to push forward. The question is, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to fight for your future? Are you ready to leave behind the excuses, the reasons, the limitations that have been holding you back? The time is now. Every hour you wait, every minute you waste, you are choosing to stay stuck in a life you no longer want. There's a shift happening inside you, a shift that will determine whether you stay in your comfort zone or break free and claim your destiny. You have the power to create the life you want. It's right there, waiting for you to reach out and grab it. But you must act. You must decide that nothing is going to stop you from achieving what you were always meant to achieve. There is no more room for doubt. There is no more room for hesitation. The time for thinking is over. The only thing left is to act. Take that first step. Push past the fear. Keep moving, even when it feels impossible, because you are stronger than you think. You have more power within you than you ever imagined. And the world is waiting for you to unleash it. So will you? Will you step up? Will you finally take control of your life and make it everything you've dreamed of? Will you walk the path that only you can walk, the path that's been waiting for you all along? The decision is yours. The power is yours. And if you're ready to claim it, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. The truth is, nothing will change unless you change. This is the harsh reality. You can't keep waiting for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. There is no magic, no one who's going to come and do it for you. If you want something different, you have to be the one to take the first step, right now. There's no time left for hesitation, no more time for maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. What matters is today, this very moment, and what you do with it. Every single choice you make right now is either taking you closer to your dreams or pushing them farther away. Do you feel it? The weight of this moment? The realization that your future is in your hands and the clock is ticking? It's all up to you now. You can keep holding on to excuses, keep holding on to your fears, but every second you waste, you lose ground. That future you've always dreamed of, it's slipping away. The opportunity you've been waiting for, it's moving further into the distance. But if you act now, if you push past the doubts, the worries, and the I'm not ready voices, you can change everything. It's all about action. You don't need perfect plans. You don't need everything to align. You just need to start. One step, one decision. And from there, momentum will carry you. Every action you take will bring you closer to the person you are meant to become. But the longer you wait, the more you risk becoming someone you never wanted to be. The person who looks back with regret, wondering what could have been. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a sign? The sign is right in front of you. The sign is now. The sign is the fire in your chest, the pulse of desire that says, I want more. I need more. That's the sign. That's the signal. You're ready. Whether you believe it or not, you've been preparing for this moment your whole life. Every experience, every failure, every heartbreak, every victory, it's all led you to this. You're here. You're ready. But you need to act. The pressure is real, but so is your power. You've faced hardship. You've been knocked down, but you've always gotten back up. Think about that for a moment. How many times have you overcome what should have been impossible? How many times did you think, this is it? I can't go on, but somehow you found the strength to keep moving? That's not luck. That's you, your strength, your will, your drive. It's time to stop doubting that you can push through the obstacles, that you can overcome the fears that are holding you back. You've done it before, and you can do it again. But now, there's no more time for second guessing. There's no more time for fear. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The moment when everything changes. The moment when you decide to put everything on the line, to trust in yourself and your ability to make this happen. You're not just fighting for success. You're fighting for your peace, your freedom, your future. Every action you take is a declaration that you are done with living small. You are done with staying stuck. You are done with being held back by anyone, including yourself. This is your life, your journey, your moment to break free from the limits you've put on yourself. Do you understand that? This is your one shot. The longer you wait, the more you risk losing. The more you risk looking back one day wondering, what if I had acted? What if I had given everything? You are standing at the crossroads right now. You can either stay on the same path you've always walked, or you can take a leap into the unknown, into something bigger, better, and more fulfilling than you've ever dreamed. It's not easy, but it's simple. Keep going. Even when it feels impossible. Even when every part of you wants to quit. Keep going, because what's waiting for you on the other side of this challenge is more than just success. It's your life, your real life. The life you've always known deep down you were meant to live. You've earned it. You've fought for it. Now it's time to claim it. And the only thing standing between you and that life is your next decision. So decide. Step into the life you deserve.